And welcome back to Reactioncast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and today we're talking about a short film that really surprised me, Bâan, the Boundary of Adulthood. It's only 20 minutes long, or somewhere there, and somehow it delivers more emotional weight than some full-length series.
I'm headed out now. See you, Dad.
Thank you for riding with Cosmoliner.
I know you're worried, but I'll be fine.
Here goes. Dear applicant, okay? We'd like to inform you you've been accepted. Accepted! Yes! I got accepted!
So, Daichi, you doing any job hunting?
Not yet.
Your folks run a clinic, right? Think you'll just end up working there?
I don't know. Not if I can help it.
This isn't your average isekai. No battles, no prophecies, just two young adults, Daichi and Rin, swapping worlds in search of something real, a place to belong. And though the simple setup, Bâan hits on something personal. It's about moving on, moving out, and realizes chasing your dreams in a new place doesn't always go the way you imagined. It's heartfelt, a little raw, and beautifully animated. And yeah, it's got one or two eyebrow-raising moments, and that's the part of the charm of this film. If you ever felt stuck between where you came from or where you've been, Bâan has something to say to you. In Bâan, the Earth and the fantasy realm known as Athunia, I believe that's how you pronounce it, are seamlessly connected. Think in international travel between worlds, so already the concept is pretty fun. The story follows two young adults of opposite journeys. Daichi, a recent graduate who ditches his expected life path and moves to Athunia in search of simplicity. While Rin, a magical girl, in sorts, from Athunia, drawn to Earth by her human father's roots. Interesting. It's already starting out with a fun concept right there. So neither is running from danger. They're running towards something they think will feel like home. Daichi roughs it in the wilderness before slowly integrating into a quiet Athunian, I think that's how you would pronounce it, village. While Rin, meanwhile, finds that Earth, especially like a near future Earth, kind of like a little bit more modernized than us, is less welcoming than she imagined, even with her powers, What's powerful here isn't the story never interesting. It's that they echo each other, showing two sides of the same emotional quest. Trying to find where you belong. No epic battles. No chosen one nonsense. Just a grounded, emotional look at what happens when the place you hope would save you turns out to just be as complicated as the one that left. Now, even with minimal dialogue, the voice performances in Bâan do a lot of the heavy lifting. Daichi's voice is quiet and deliberate. He doesn't say much, but the weight behind each line speaks volumes. You can feel the exhaustion, the yearning for something different, even when he's just sitting in silence. On the other hand, Rin starts off with a bright energy, wonder, and her tone gradually cracks as her dreams on Earth begin to crumble. That emotional shift, subtle but unmistakable, is what really sells her journey. And what's great is how different the two leads sound. Daichi is how to best put it, is internal and grounded, while Rin is really expressive and vulnerable. Even though their stories don't intersect, their voices feel like they're in quite a conversation across dimensions. It's not flashy, but it's real. In a short film that leans heavily on tone and emotion over action, that authenticity is exactly what is needed. And at its core, Bâan isn't trying to dazzle you with a plot twist or big reveals. It's trying to connect with you, the audience. It definitely did with me towards the latter half. Though there is a reveal that threw me off. It surprised me a bit. I'm like, But though the film tells a very grounded emotional stories in parallel, what's refreshing is that neither Daichi nor Rin is treated like some world-saving protagonists. They're just people trying to find where they fit. Daichi's storyline is all about quiet transformation. He seeks solitude in Ethunia, but gradually finds connections, not because he forces it, but because he allows it to happen. And with Rin's path, it's a little harsher. Despite her powers, Earth doesn't embrace her. Instead, she's met with a little bit of disinterest and bureaucracy. Don't we all know? Ending up in a mundane job where magic really means nothing. Although some powers would be fun in some jobs. But yeah, this is where the plot hits its one big bump, in my opinion. It's hard to believe someone who can fly would end up taking calls in a headset. But the magic lands. Even the most gifted can feel invisible in the wrong environment. It's a grounded take on an isekai genre. Like I mentioned, there's no world-ending threats. It's just a messy emotional progress of growing and figuring out what home really means, And let's talk about the presentation, because for being a just shy of 20 minutes, Bâan is absolutely stunning in how it uses its runtime. First off, shout outs to animation studio Daisy. It's beautiful. Since there's barely any exposition, most of the story is visual, and they nail it. Whether it's calm, earthy tones of Ethunia, or the cool, sterile vibes of the near future Japan. Every frame feels intentional. Small touches like the way Rin's wings just are angled with her emotions, or how much depth each is needed for each single line of dialogue. Then there's the music. Kevin Penkins, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Best known for Made in the Abyss and Star Wars Visions, which it was interesting to look into, delivers a score that's equal parts atmospheric and emotional. When there's no talking, the music does the heavy lifting, and it never feels overbearing. It knows when to pull back, when to swell, perfectly syncing with emotional beats. And there's also the clever directional trick halfway through, a quiet reveal that reframes what you thought you were watching, like I mentioned earlier. It's subtle, but it adds emotional weight when you realize how much the story is about perspective. It's tight, and the elegant production, nothing's wasted. Everything's deliberate. Bâan, The Boundary of Adulthood, is a short but meaningful. It trades fantasy tropes for emotional depth, exploring what it means to step into adulthood and find a home, especially when the place you go doesn't quite feel like the dream you hope for. The title itself, Bâan, means home in Thai, which sums it up. Daichi and Rin aren't heroes, they're just searching for belonging. Even when logic stumbles, like Rin's magic being ignored in modern job market, the emotion weight is spot on. With expressive animation, restrained but powerful voice acting, and a heartfelt score by Kevin, Bâan delivers more in its runtime than most series do with triple the runtime. If you ever felt caught between two lives, or you don't quite fit where you are, this short film will speak to you. Quietly, honestly, and maybe a little painfully. But that wraps up today's episode of Reactioncast. Bâan, The Boundary of Adulthood, is one of those rare pieces that sneak up on you. Small scope, but rich in feeling. Whether you're a longtime anime fan, or someone who's lived abroad, or just someone standing at a certain age of adulthood, there's something here that's going to resonate. If you get a chance, always give this one a watch when it's on Garnt's channel on YouTube, so it's available for everyone to watch. I'll leave a link down below in the description. It's available in English and Japanese at the moment, at the time of this recording. It's a short time investment, but an emotional payoff. It's totally worth it. As always, thanks for spending your time with me, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I always love hearing your thoughts on stories that hit you personally. So, thanks again for listening or watching. Until next time, see ya.